before we start with any introduction, let me just give a brief of what happened.
Yeah.
So we thought we filmed, but then it turned out that our mic was not recording. So
Yeah.
And before that, one of the cameras stopped working.
Yeah, it's a lot of...
It's a good start.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
Smooth.
It's
smooth.
very smooth. very smooth.
Expected.
So, ladies and gentlemen, hello to this new podcast.
Yep.
We don't have the name yet, so
Nope, not yet. But
hello to
soon.
this, whatever this podcast is called. I don't know why I did that, but but yeah, I'm Rushi. This is Jay, and we would be your podcast host for this podcast.
The
and
what?
Podcast host.
Podcast host.
Host.
Oh, host. I was
Host.
podcast toast.
I wouldn't mind a toast. Like we have coffee, so
Cheers.
toast.
Cheers
And-
for
we-
the first episode.
Yeah, we both love coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, welcome to this podcast. This podcast is about two guys coming together and talking about stuff that they like.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, like, why do you decide to start this podcast?
Well, the thing is, I got hooked onto podcast after watching Joe Rogan Experience. So once I saw that, I was like, that is something cool, because every other video that I saw on YouTube was more like how to do this, how to do that.
Mhm.
You know, it is more intimidating in a way. It's more either they're explicitly funny, either they're explicitly like teaching something, or it's something that they always had a motive, right?
It's more set up.
It's more set up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
And it always had this profound set message that you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
But when I saw Joe Rogan's podcast, it was more casual. You know what I mean? Like it was two guys sometimes drinking whiskey or smoking cigars and chilling. You know what I mean?
Or
Like-
smoking something else,
or-
like Elon Musk.
Oh, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's one of the best episodes ever.
I know, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And the funny part is like Elon Musk smoked some pot, but he was never like, he was in the conversation. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it didn't affect him much, or at least it didn't look like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's basically, that's what hooked me onto the podcast. And I've been following different podcasts since then. But it's been 2 years and I've always wanted to make a podcast.
Right.
But then sometimes I'd never have space. Sometimes I'd never have equipment that we have right now. And I didn't have an amazing host like Mr. J.
Yep.
So how did you get in? Like what's your relation with podcast?
So I think I started listening to podcasts about 2-3 years ago on my commute to work, just me driving. And I think I started listening to Radio Lab. I don't know if you know that
I've never
channel.
heard of it, though.
Yeah, it's one of the best podcasts I think out there, because they really did their research. They really dive down into a topic that they're talking about, and they talk about all kinds of topics, and they're all really interesting. They talk about like science, politics, even what's that called? Shit. Maybe we need to cut this part off, but
We're not cutting anything.
even like tech and like inside stories about certain topics
The
that
juicy stuff.
yeah, like something that like the general public wouldn't know, and they did some backstory, something interview and research. So I think their podcast is one of the best. And then after that, I also listened to a podcast called Morbid. It's about serial killers. They talk about murders. They talk about
Normal stuff.
normal stuff, like
normal
everyday stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, Morbid is one of the better like crime investigation podcasts.
It's
I've
more intense,
heard.
I'm guessing, eh?
Yeah, but the way they structure it and the way they talk about it, it's really good. So I suggest you guys, if you like that kind of stuff, you can check it out.
So, I mean, we've been trying to make something together for like ages now.
Like about 2-3 years,
Two-
right?
Yeah.
I
We've
think-
come with we came up with different like topics that we want to try.
Yeah.
It was like sometimes food,
Mhm.
sometimes documentaries,
Travels,
travel.
adventures.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we actually filmed one like on my YouTube channel. I took Rushi to this giant ruined like factory.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it was like a
amazing.
copper refinery like back in the days.
Yeah.
It was so big, it was like covering the mountains. And then we went there for like 3-4 hours. We climbed from the bottom and then to the top, and the view was amazing.
apart from the view, like there's so much stuff that's still there. There was like, old toilet seats. I mean, that's not too enticing, but like, old
But
toilet
Rushi is
seats.
into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Old
old
toilet
toilet
seats.
seats. That's my shit. That's
Yeah.
that's right there.
But
now,
that,
now you know what you want to gift me on the birthday.
yeah, but I can put a link below so you guys can check out the ruin video.
Oh man, don't actually you shouldn't watch that video because you'll see me struggling a wall like literally 10 times, and this guy right there like
I
edited
just
that
hop onto
part.
it.
yeah. It's just like puts cross on every attempt that I try. But the funny part is the way we met actually. So
Oh, yeah.
that's a whole different love story.
Yeah, it's a love story.
So you know how you see someone in the first glance and then somehow they kind
I
of
fell
like,
in love in the first sight.
I know exactly. You see them in the first glance, and then you have a perspective of them.
Yeah.
And then later, as you go with that story, it turns out that that person, like you spent a lot of time with them.
So the story is that we didn't know each other back then. I was going to a mountain to shoot some drone footage, and I was driving up this mountain, and then on the way, like halfway on the mountain, I saw a guy on the side of the road. And
A brown guy.
I was like, there's an Indian guy. I don't see much Indian guys in Taiwan. By the way, we're in Taiwan. And then I just kept driving, but I took a note. And then afterwards, I was flying my drone, and then this Indian dude approached me, and then he take out his drone. He's just like, I was like, oh wow, you got a nice drone there. So we compare drones like you do.
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
talk about drones. I
Yeah.
tried to flex, but then this guy had a Phantom 4, which is a bigger, better version of what I had at that time, Mavic
Yeah.
Pro.
I was bigger,
Yeah, drone-wise.
drone wise.
But no, so that's the first time that we actually like met, and then after that we came to know that we share a lot of common interests. Like both of our pretty much bread and butter is making videos and taking pictures.
Yeah, and
So
like
we connected over that.
we're interested in tech. We're interested about in cameras and drones, of course.
To the fun fact, we both have the same camera,
Yeah, we do.
like literally the same camera.
A7 III.
A7
Sony
III,
A7 III.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to so after a couple of years, like we've known each other for like a couple of years now. But I'm
About
guessing
3 years, right?
3-4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've always tried to come up with something, and I think this came on pretty at the right time where I was thinking like, hey Jay, let's have a podcast. And I know like he's into tech, crypto, NFTs, a lot of different stuff. He has cars. You have a liking for culture,
Mhm.
and same shit as me. Like I love tech, I love cars, but you know more about cars than I do. But I love listening, talking, reading about cars.
Mhm.
I'm into crypto big time. So there's a lot of like mutual mutual interest that we have.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like it would be fucking awesome to like start something together.
Yeah.
And this is what is what this podcast is all about.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about almost everything, like
Almost everything.
anything that we're interested in at the time, and then since we're so different, like background wise and color wise, if you can
Yes.
tell.
It's really hard to tell,
Yeah,
man.
we're so much different, like different backgrounds, but the same interests. So I think me learning from Rushi about what his experience was in Taiwan and what my experience was in Taiwan and in the States. Oh, actually, let's talk about yourself. Like how long have you been in Taiwan?
I came here in 2015
2015.
as a uni student. I studied. I graduated.
What do you
Uh,
study?
I studied journalism actually.
Journalism.
So it's pretty much same
So
ball
you're-
that I'm rolling.
So
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
writer.
I try to be.
You try to be.
No, but the thing is, well, in journalism, almost in all the universities, they teach you everything. They teach you videography, they teach you reporting, they
Okay.
teach you writing, they teach you radio stuff. So you have a hands-on experience with all these stuff,
Mhm.
but then you proceed further with something that you like.
Okay.
So for me, it was like I loved filmmaking, so I just chose making videos, and that's where we met.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. But actually, like, wait, you didn't study in Taiwan, right?
No, I was actually in the States. After junior high school in Taiwan, I was about 15.
You're still 15 though.
I'm still 15. Yeah, I went to the state as an exchange student. So we have this like exchange student program. So I went there. I studied 1 year of high school in Georgia, Atlanta. Yeah, I stayed with the host family for a year. That was one of the best times. It was really fun. And then after that,
You really have fun when you're partying all the time.
yeah, definitely, man. The States. And after Atlanta, I went to Seattle for 2 years to finish my high school
And party.
and party. Not so much in high school, but a lot
No?
in
A lot of house
in
parties, no?
college. In college, yes. And then I went to Cleveland for 4 years to study. My major is industrial design, and after that, I worked for about a year, and then I came back to Taiwan, served in the military for a year, and then here we are.
Here we are. So basically, to give you guys like a rough overview, this podcast is about two guys sharing some mutual interest, bringing like a pool of things that we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, today's episode is more casual, as it is like a first one. It's like we want to set up the vibe. We want to like bring our personalities out, I guess.
Get a feel.
Get a feel of it. But later, as we progress, like we will have much more kind
Structure.
of in-depth structure of what we want to talk about. So we do have stuff that we want to talk about, but later in the episodes we'll have specificities of what we will talk about, and those specificities include our love
Our love.
for tech,
Mm-hmm.
love for investing. I love investing in general, but you're more into crypto
Yeah.
and NFTs. I love investing in general, so like stock as well, and cars, culture. I love talking about what's going on in the world. I mean,
Mhm.
journalism.
Yeah.
It's not hard to connect the dots.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be around those lines, and basically having a casual conversation that you can listen when you're driving, when you're like
Mhm.
cooking, when you're eating, because everything else on YouTube, not everything else, but a lot of it is really specific, and it kind of like it feels like like homework
Okay.
to watch it, at
Okay.
least to me. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty chill. It's gonna be 1 week, one episode a week.
Hopefully we can, make that happen.
Make that happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna
So
be
what's
fun.
I remember you talking about like certain topics in the car about Afghanistan.
Yeah. So as of this recording, so we're recording this on 16th August, 6:30 p.m. Taliban took over whole of Afghanistan, and the president of
Afghanistan.
of Afghanistan as of now is fleed. So he's somewhere no one knows actually. I mean, there is few speculations that he might be in Kazakhstan or
Mhm.
different countries, but there's no proof of where he is with his group. So basically, Taliban is an extremist group.
Mhm.
They were from Afghanistan. They were they were put into radar because of Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
So previously, some of the Taliban troops, they are basically like they are, how do you call it? They're soldiers fighting for a cause
Mhm.
for Afghanistan back in the days.
Mhm.
But then you know how government comes in and everything changes, so they kind of made their own group, which is present named Taliban.
But what's their like core values? Like what do they believe in?
Well, the
like to
thing
spread
is,
Islamic?
more or less. So like, by no means I'm guru, and
Mm.
like I might be wrong at many points, but as what I've read and I've heard, it's because they want to spread. They don't want to spread. They just want to save Islam
Restore.
from dying.
Okay.
Restore is a better word. Yes,
Okay.
thank you. And what they feel is Western culture or Christianity or any other religions kind of might take Islam over.
Mhm.
So they want to save Islam, and the way they do that is by doing what they do, which is totally not rational for sure. But yeah, so what happened is after 9/11, U.S. Military and intelligence has had its all crosshairs on bin Laden, right?
Mhm.
And there was a lot of good speculations that bin Laden was hiding in Afghanistan
Mhm.
with the help of Taliban troops. So that's when Afghanistan was in the list
Mhm.
of US, and US did give them a proposal to hand bin Laden over, but Taliban, or at least the government of Taliban, they said that we would not do that unless you give us a proof that he
He did
was
it.
behind 9/11,
Yeah.
which got proved later. But then US invaded
Yeah.
Afghanistan, and that was the time when the whole relationship of US and Afghanistan began.
Mhm.
So Afghanistan had a lot of U.S. troops stationed,
Okay.
and recently Biden was like, let's end this forever war and let's pull out our troops from Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
That exactly what, in my humble opinion, fucked things up. Like, as soon as that happened, Pentagon predicted that as soon as you do that, within 30 to 60 days, Taliban will take over Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And to your surprise, they didn't even need that much. They literally took over in 3 to 4 days.
Wow. Within a week.
Less than a week.
That's crazy, man. Like we didn't
Like
start,
a whole fucking country.
we didn't start our podcast like, after 3 years, and they fucking took over a country in 4 days. Within 4 days.
That's what we call, what did we say last time? Bad efficiency.
Yeah,
Efficient,
like-
but in a bad way.
Yeah, they're very efficient, but in a bad way.
In a
like
bad way.
that kind of make me like wonder what we're doing with our lives.
With our
Starting
lives.
our podcast after 3 years, but they can take over a country within 4 days.
I know, man. But the thing is, like, I'm so worried right now because, it's basically a military group
Mhm,
that's gonna
yeah.
rule your fucking country. Like, the locals are kind of traumatized that they don't know what their lives are gonna be
Yeah.
from now on. Like, women don't know that would they be able to like study any further, work any further? Would they have to wear a certain type of burqa? There's so many things that's
yeah,
fucked up right now.
uncertainties.
Yes, and just imagine a country that's ruled by military group that has intentions
They
of
have like bad reputation in like,
exactly
killing people.
exactly. So like that thing like sets so many questions for us that what Afghanistan is going to be from here on.
Mm.
Apart from that, as of now, like all the airports of Afghanistan are swarmed.
Yeah, I saw the photos. They're literally like standing
They're
in the
standing on the
runway
fucking
and
runway.
like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
climbing up airplanes trying to
Yes.
get out of there.
Yes, that's what you would imagine, right? Because
Yeah.
anything apart from that would be better.
Yeah, yeah.
Like same as North Korea.
Yeah, probably.
Like, yeah, like anything. What's the worst? North Korea is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Anything is better than that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's gonna happen. I follow this sportsman from Afghanistan. Do you know cricket?
No.
It's a sport India plays.
Okay.
It's mostly like India, England, Australia.
Okay.
All these countries play, and one of the players, he's a really good player. He like, he has a good ties with Indian leagues and Indian players. So he's a good name in
Mhm.
India. Like a lot of people know him. And when you check his stories and shit, he's literally posting like my country's dying.
Damn.
He has all that stuff. Like, it's really hard to like see and accept that what's gonna happen when a country is being taken over by an extremist group.
Yeah. Do you know if like what will US do next? Like, are they gonna help those people, or are they going to like
Reinvade?
reinvade?
I'm not too sure if they're gonna reinvade, but as of what I've read recently, they've sent 5,500 troops, including some help from the English military, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they're gonna fight because it's literally like 5.5k
Yeah.
troops, and like those guys are like in millions. So I don't know
Yeah.
what's the plan, but I think they have to do something because they do have some sort of
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like they took over for how many years?
What do you? It's been a while. I don't know exactly, but
like
it's been after like 1990. Wait, when did 9/11 happen?
It was like when I was third grade. It was like when I was 13, and I'm like 31, 32. So
like 28,
Yeah.
29 years ago.
yeah, like 20 years ago.
So like somewhere in 1990s, right?
Wait, is
Yeah,
our
that's-
math correct?
Yeah, it's pretty.
I mean, we have an Asian and Indian here.
Yeah.
Our math
Should be on point,
strong,
like,
but
yeah.
right now we cannot do a simple math. Okay.
That just tells how good we are, right? But no, so they've been here for way too long, but they now pulled off completely, and
Okay.
that's fucked things up. But yeah, so see, like those, that is one of the things that is the hot topic right now.
Yeah.
So this is what this podcast is all about, where Jay
Current event. We'll talk about current
Yeah.
events.
about the things that Jay is interested in and about the things that I'm interested in. It's pretty laid back, pretty
Yeah.
casual.
Definitely.
It's highly inspired from Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He better watch out.
Yeah. We're gonna be the next Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Watch out.
We're 3/4 of Joe Rogan already. Like he's Joe Rogan Experience, JRE.
Mm-hmm.
Rushi. We already have the JR, so we're
Yeah.
like almost
What's the
gotten
E?
3/4. What's
Yeah.
the E? So basically, this episode we're gonna keep it pretty short. This is just to set up the tone.
Introduction.
Yes. So this podcast, in a summary, this podcast is going to be a lot about crypto, stock investing, tech, a lot about cars, a lot about culture,
Yep.
a lot about trending stories in those areas, and two guys talking
Yeah.
about stuff that they like.
Exactly. And I think we're gonna have Instagram, right?
Yes.
So we'll have Instagram up so we can, kind of interact with the viewers.
By this point, by the time when they see this, I
Yeah.
think it will already be up.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot of polls, a lot of Q&A, so we can have your input, and
Yes,
I think
sir.
that'll be really valuable.
Yes. So this is something I like about the formation that we have right now. Like how you saw Jay asking me like live that will we have Instagram? Like we want to keep things really open, casual.
Yeah, definitely.
And not more technical, because
Mhm.
it's a chill conversation between two people. It's
Yeah.
just a coffee, wine, whiskey conversation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hopefully you guys, enjoy what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we gonna say that? Like,
What?
please
Oh.
like, comment, share, subscribe.
Please like, subscribe, and turn on the little bell icon.
Shit, I never said that. You said it.
I say all the time in my videos.
You're that
Yeah.
cringe guy.
It's so cringe, but I do it anyways.
I never said it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Never do it. I never say that thing. But okay, it's gonna be a chill one. It's gonna be a fun one.
Definitely.
We're actually ourselves. We're happy that we finally started something because we've been trying to do this like ages.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we have the place. We have good equipment. We have decent microphones.
Mhm.
Everything is good to go.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode, which are gonna be much more in depth, much more
Definitely.
fun.
Yep.
I mean, this was fun too.
Yeah, it was,
Wasn't it? Yeah, it's
I
not
like
bad.
it.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Play staying tuned.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I'll see you next time.
See you guys next time.
Thanks for watching.